Some have put the number of deities in Hinduism at an astounding 330 million. Among them we have powerful male figures, different goddesses, child and even baby forms of the divine. We have a whole array of animal deities, elephants, monkeys, cows and birds. So what exactly is going on here? Why does Hinduism need so many forms of God? Why not just one, or at least a trinity to manage the faith? Despite what some preachers say, Hinduism has no commandment which prohibits God having a form. God is not limited to one founder or text born thousands of years ago. He is here and now, ever available to those who ardently seek him. Sanatana Dharma understands that the truth lies far beyond what the mind can grasp. But at the same time, this one God, one reality, one personality can be revealed in any number of ways. If there is one thing we can conclude from creation, it is that God loves diversity. No two people are exactly the same. There are millions of species of life, and there are endless stars and galaxies. The vast array of gods and goddesses are indicative of the infinite nature of divinity. In Hinduism, there is an inherent appreciation that although God is unknown, he possesses endless qualities and attributes. These attributes are portals to another realm. They are realities that we can participate with. They are energies that manifest. And above all, they are actual personalities that we can love and adore. We must understand that ultimately Hindus are not looking to just survive God, to avoid damnation and attain eternal pleasures. Instead, they are looking to rise to a higher state of consciousness and know the truth, to know God himself. However, depending on the individual's spiritual development, they will approach their chosen deity in different ways. For many, but not all, the different forms of the divine are beings that help them get on in life. For example, Ganesha, the elephant-headed deity, is renowned as the remover of obstacles and is often venerated first before any event to ensure success. He is known as Buddhi Vinayaka, the one who grants wisdom. By worshipping and engaging with him, we are invoking the power of discrimination, the power to see good from bad and overcome any difficulties in our life. Lakshmi is the merciful goddess. She is the mother that is always giving. She encapsulates wealth, creativity and prosperity. By praising and gaining her blessings, we actively participate with that reality. We invite affluence and fortune in our life. For Hindus, the presence of God can also be revealed through nature. The great rivers that provide water and sustenance are deified as goddesses, like the Mother Ganga. The cows that provide milk and sustain farming practices are also venerated as sacred. There are even mountains like Arunachala in Tamil Nadu and Govardhana in Vrindavan which are seen as holy because of the great events which have taken place there. Hindus are comfortable seeing divinity in everything and everyone. The masters and scriptures have declared that with the right vision we can perceive and worship God in every situation. The question is not where is God, but rather, where is God not? The different deities have been seen by the masses and delivered to the masses. But people often wonder why these revealed forms are the way they are. In each deity we find numerous postures, limbs, weapons and ornaments. For the devotee, there are endearing features that add to their beauty. They are praised in songs and poetry, but they are also deeply symbolic. For instance, Shiva is often depicted in a meditative pose with eyes half open, showing that he is detached from the ways of the world. His body is smeared with ash from the crematorium, showing how he has mastered death. Between his eyebrows he possesses his third eye, the inner eye of wisdom which perceives the truth beyond this material world. He is decorated in serpents which stand for his absolute mastery of the ego and all negativity. The varied imagery, however, is not meant to just be superficially decoded. Ancient rishis understood that these symbols carry the potential to penetrate deep into our psyche and produce a profound effect. They can awaken aspects of ourself and cause a change that dry philosophy and theology could never achieve. Along with each deity we find a whole body of literature, often in the Puranic scriptures. There are various stories showing their different pastimes. We read about how they conquered demons, rescued those in distress, and bestowed blessings to their devotees. We can look at these in different ways. For some, they are actual real events to get absorbed in and enhance their devotion. For others, they are deeply symbolic, holding powerful life lessons. Whereas some minds might insist on such stories being either fact or metaphorical, Hindus are very comfortable accepting both views at the same time, an idea we will be exploring in the next video. Although Hindus will often approach the different deities for material benefits, the highest goal is to realize the divine's presence within and know God in truth beyond the mind and physical existence. To do this, one has to nurture one's bhava, or emotional connection. Without this bhava, we will never sincerely be able to connect with God. Simply worshipping and performing rituals in a dry, mechanical way will not open the gates to the supreme reality. It is a deep, sincere connection that pulls God to reveal himself through the deity. The devotional traditions acknowledge that every individual sees things differently. There is an understanding that we all have a unique bhava and will relate to God through that particular lens. The different bhavas we carry will mean we will be attracted to various deities in different ways. For some, God has to be Krishna, the mischievous, all-attractive person who lived in Vrindavan and won the hearts of all those around him. For others, the ultimate reality is Kali, the wild, untamed mother who destroys all negativity and is ever compassionate. These ideas have led to the various devotional traditions. Vaishnavism sees Vishnu and his various manifestations as the ultimate godhead. Shaivism sees Shiva as the supreme. And the Shakta groups see the various forms of the goddess as the highest. Each tradition is a response to the feeling of devotees, and each tradition has a long lineage of masters who have embodied the highest devotional states for that deity. But the diversity doesn't just stop there. Even amongst each major deity we find even more expansions. For instance, Vishnu has a number of avatars or incarnations like Krishna, Rama and Narasimha. Narasimha is the half-lion, half-man deity, who is fierce and full of rage, ready to protect his devotees and destroy all evil influences. But even the incarnation of Narasimha has other forms. When he sits with Lakshmi, he is calm and benevolent and easily approachable. When he assumes a meditative pose, he is known as Yoga Narasimha, contemplative and introvert. So amongst the devotees of Vishnu, there will be those who are drawn to him as Narasimha, and even amongst the Narasimha devotees there will be those who connect with a specific form of him. Hence, even with one deity there can be many different variations, and each one is a specific aspect or mood of the divine and a reflection of the unique bhava of the devotee. As the Sanskrit saying goes, Yad bhavam tat bhavati, as is the feeling, so is the result. The ultimate supreme reality beyond the mind takes the form that we cherish most. The deity that best invokes an intimate, personal relationship within is known as our Ishtadeva, and of course, this will be different for every individual. In the devotional movements, we are encouraged to seek out and dedicate ourselves to the form that we hold dearest. By worshipping, surrendering and constantly meditating on this form of God, the deity becomes awakened in our heart. It pervades our world and reality. We become fully absorbed in this form, in all its glory. Then we begin to see it everywhere and in everyone. Gradually, through intense devotion, we encounter firsthand the ultimate divinity that lies beyond the mind and all material existence. This is the goal of all yoga practice. Depending on who we choose as our Ishtadev, God plays different roles. The thing to realize is that although each of the gods and goddesses embodies one aspect of the supreme reality, to the one who is fully absorbed in their chosen deity, that deity no longer becomes just a part or attribute of the ultimate. To that devotee, it becomes the completeness and entirety of God himself. Krishna says in the Gita, "However one approaches me, I approached him in the same way." If we connect with God in a superficial way, then inevitably we will invoke a superficial response. But if we give ourselves fully to that deity, then God reveals himself in full. Again, it comes down to the bhava, the depth of connection. So essentially the infinite can reveal itself fully in an infinite number of ways. Ramakrishna saw Kali as the source of everything. Mirabai saw Krishna as the highest lord. Each saint and master realized the truth through different deities. Such masters have taught and shown that worship of one's chosen form of God is a powerful spiritual practice that makes the ultimate become intimate. As Gandhi pointed out, there are as many religions as there are individuals. We are all at different points in our spiritual journey, and we are all people who view God in a specific way. Hinduism is a culture that meets the needs of every person. It is this pluralistic and open stance that makes Sanatana Dharma unique among the world faiths. One of the greatest things that can happen to an individual is that they find that connection with their chosen deity, that they foster a deep relationship with that form of God. Such a relationship effortlessly steadies the mind and draws the distant transcendent divinity to the seeker. As the great devotional masters have shown, in the depth of that connection lies the secret of life, the secret of who we are and the secret of who God really is. Many thanks for listening.